Mindfulness of the breath, body, sounds and thoughts. So settling into a comfortable position, either lying on a mat, a cushion, or sitting on a firm straight back chair. If sitting on a chair, allowing your back to adopt an erect, dignified and comfortable posture so that your posture supports your intention to be awake and aware. Placing your feet flat on the floor with your legs uncrossed. And if you're lying down, allowing your legs to be uncrossed with your feet falling away from each other and your arms alongside falling away from the body. And allowing your eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you. And now bring your awareness to the level of physical sensations by focusing your attention on the sensations of touch and pressure in your body, where it makes contact with the floor and whatever is supporting you. And spending a minute or two exploring these sensations, just as in the body scan. Now bring your awareness to the changing patterns of physical sensations in the lower abdomen as the breath moves in and out of your body. When you first try this practice, it may be helpful to place your hand on your lower abdomen and become aware of the changing pattern of sensations where your hand makes contact with your abdomen. Having tuned into the physical sensations in this area in this way, you can remove your hand and continue to focus on the sensations in the abdominal wall. And now focus your awareness on the sensations of slight stretching as the abdominal wall rises with each in-breath, and of gentle deflation as it falls with each out-breath. As best you can, follow with your awareness the changing physical sensations in the lower abdomen all the way through as the breath enters your body on the in-breath, and all the way through as the breath leaves your body on the out-breath. Perhaps noticing the slight pauses between one in-breath and the following out-breath, and between one out-breath and the following in-breath. There is no need to try to control the breathing in any way. Simply let the breath breathe itself. As best you can, also bring with this attitude of allowing to the rest of your experience. There is nothing to be fixed, no particular state to be achieved. As best you can, simply allow your experience to be your experience, without needing it to be other than it is. Sooner or later, your mind will wander away from the focus on the breath in the lower abdomen to thoughts, planning, daydreams, drifting along, whatever. This is perfectly okay. It's simply what minds do. It's not a mistake or a failure. When you notice that your awareness is no longer on the breath, simply notice this. You may want to acknowledge briefly where the mind has been. Then gently escort the awareness back to the focus on the changing pattern of physical sensations in the lower abdomen, renewing the intention to pay attention to the ongoing in-breath or out-breath, whichever you find. However often you notice that the mind has wandered, and this will quite likely happen over and over again, as best you can, congratulate yourself each time on reconnecting with your experience in the moment, gently escorting the attention back to the breath, and simply resume following in awareness the changing pattern of physical sensations that come with each in-breath and with each out-breath. As best you can, bring a quality of kindliness to your awareness, perhaps seeing the repeated wanderings of the mind as opportunities to bring patience and gentle curiosity to your experience. Perhaps reminding yourself from time to time that the intention is simply to be aware of your experience in each moment as best you can, using the breath as an anchor to gently reconnect with the here and now each time you notice that the mind has wandered and is no longer down in the abdomen following the breath. And continuing to focus your attention on the breath for a few more moments. And when you feel reasonably settled on awareness of the breath, intentionally allow the awareness to expand around the breath to include as well a sense of physical sensations throughout the whole body, while still aware in the background of the movements of the breath in the lower abdomen. Change your primary focus so that you become aware of a sense of the body as a whole and of the changing patterns of sensations throughout the body. You may find that you get a sense of the movements of the breath throughout the body, as if the whole body were breathing. And if you choose, together with this wider sense of the body as a whole, and of the breath moving to and from. Include awareness of the more local, particular patterns of physical sensations that arise where the body makes contact with the floor, the chair, the cushion, or wherever. Perhaps the sensations of touch, pressure, or contact of the feet or knees with the floor, the buttocks with whatever supports them. The hands where they rest on the thighs or on each other. As best you can, hold all these sensations together with the sense of the breath and of the body as a whole, in a wider space of awareness of physical sensations. The mind will wander repeatedly away from the breath and body sensations. This is natural, to be expected, and in no way a mistake or failure. Whenever you notice that your awareness has drifted away from the sensations of the body, you might want to congratulate yourself. You have woken up. Perhaps gently note where your mind was thinking, and kindly focus your attention back to your breathing and to a sense of your body as a whole. As best you can, keep things simple, gently attending to the actuality of sensations throughout your body from one moment to the next moment. And as you sit, some sensations may be particularly intense, such as pains in the back, knees, or shoulders. And you may find your awareness repeatedly drawn to these sensations and away from your intended focus on the breath or body as a whole. You may want to use these times to experiment with choosing intentionally either to shift posture or to remain still and then bring the focus of awareness into this region of intensity. If you choose to remain still, then as best you can, explore with gentle and wise attention the detailed pattern of sensations here. What precisely do the sensations feel like? Where exactly are they? Do they vary over time or from one part of the region of intensity to another? Not so much thinking about them as just feeling them. You may want to use the breath as a vehicle to carry awareness into such regions of intensity, breathing into them just as a body scan, and breathe out from those sensations, softening and opening with the out-breath. Whenever you find yourself carried away from awareness in the moment by the intensity of physical sensations or in any other way, remind yourself that you can always reconnect with the here and now by refocusing awareness on the movements of the breath or on a sense of the body as a whole. Once you have gathered yourself in this way, allow the awareness to expand once more so it includes a sense of sensations throughout the body. And now for the last few moments of this sitting, bringing your attention back to focus on your breathing in the abdomen. Tuning into any and all sensations on this in-breath and this out-breath. And as you sit here and as you breathe, allowing yourself to cultivate this sense of moment-to-moment awareness. And remembering that the breath is available to you at any moment of your day to allow you to feel grounded. Perhaps giving you a sense of balance and awareness of accepting yourself just as you are in each moment. And now, as best you can, allow the focus of your awareness to shift from sensations in the body to hearing. Bringing your attention to the ears, and then allow the awareness to open and expand. Opening to sounds as they arise, wherever they arise. Sounds that are near, sounds that are far away. Sounds that are in front, behind, to the side. Sounds that are above or below. Open to a whole space of sound around you. Perhaps noticing sounds from within the body, maybe the heart beating or something else. And as best you can, bringing awareness to the obvious sounds. Perhaps aware of the silence. Resisting the urge to label sounds as they come, or to judge whether you like them or not. Noticing how easy distractions can come. Perhaps noticing how easily sounds can create a story. And as best you can, be aware of sounds simply as sensations. And when you find that you're thinking about the sounds, reconnect as best you can with direct awareness of their sensory qualities, patterns of pitch, loudness, duration, rhythm, perhaps sounds within sounds rather than their meanings or implications. Some sounds may easily be hidden from more prominent sounds. As best you can, see if we can be open to these too. Noticing as well if there's a quieter space between the sounds. Whenever you notice that your awareness is no longer focused on sounds, gently acknowledge where the mind has moved to, and then return the attention back to sounds as they arise and pass away from one moment to the next moment. Mindfulness of sound can be a very valuable practice on its own, as a way of expanding awareness and giving it a more open, spacious quality, whether or not the practice is preceded by awareness of body sensations or followed, as here, by awareness of thoughts. And when you're ready, let go of awareness of sounds. As best you can, let the sounds fade into the background and refocus your attention so that your objects of awareness are now thoughts. Maybe thoughts of what you are doing now, or what you may be doing. Perhaps thoughts about the past. Perhaps worry thoughts, or sadness, happy, neutral thoughts. And as best you can, see if it is possible to observe them all as events in the mind. So just as with sounds, you focus awareness on whatever sounds arose, noticing them arise, develop, and pass away. So now, as best you can, bringing awareness to thoughts as they arise in the mind in just the same way, noticing when thoughts arise. Focusing awareness on them as they pass through the space of the mind and eventually disappear. There is no need to try and control your thoughts in any way. Just seeing them coming and go, just as you did with sounds. Just let them arise naturally, in the same way that you related to sounds arising and passing away. Some people find it helpful to bring awareness to thoughts in the mind in the same way that they may be if they were projected on the screen at the cinema. You sit, watching the screen, waiting for a thought or image to arise. When it does, you pay attention to it so long as it's there on the screen, and then you let it go as it passes away. Alternatively, you might find it helpful to see thoughts as clouds moving across a vast, spacious sky, or as leaves moving on a stream, carried away by the current. Whatever thoughts there are, seeing if it's possible to see them as events in the mind. Staying around for a while, then dispersing. If any thoughts bring with them intense feelings or emotions, pleasant or unpleasant, as best you can, note their emotional charge and intensity and let them be as they already are. If at any time you feel that your mind has become unfocused and scattered, or if it keeps getting drawn into the drama of your thinking and imaginings, you may like to notice where this is affecting your body. Often we don't like what's happening. We may feel a sense of contraction or tightness in the face, the shoulders, the torso, or elsewhere. And perhaps having a sense of wanting to push away our thoughts and feelings. And see if you notice any of this going on for you when some intense feelings arise. And then once you've noticed this, seeing if it's possible to come back to the breath and a sense of the body as a whole. Sitting and breathing. And use this focus to anchor and stabilise your awareness. At a certain point, you might like to explore the possibility of letting go of any particular object of attention, like the breath, or class of objects of attention, like sounds or thoughts, And let the field of awareness be open to whatever arises in the landscape of the mind and the body and the world. Seeing if it's possible to simply rest in awareness itself, effortlessly knowing whatever arises from moment to moment. This may include the breath, sensations from the body, sounds, thoughts or feelings. As best you can, just sit, completely awake, not holding on to anything, not looking for anything, having no agenda whatsoever other than embodied wakefulness. And when you're ready, bringing this sitting to a close, perhaps returning for a few moments to the simple practice of mindful awareness of the breath. Focusing on the